Hello to all of you my friends on internet land. Today we are gonna make a very classic and delicious dish. I am referring to, of course, spaghetti and meatballs. All we need are some simple ingredients that we have in front of you. We have our meat for the ball, our onion, some salt that we have in this container, some egg, some pepper, and breadcrumbs. To make the meatballs, which is our first step, we gotta mix all these bad boys together. Let's get started on that. First of all, for our meatballs, we are gonna need, of course, our meat that I got from my local farmer's market, where the men in man buns try to sell me kombucha. So we are using ground beef for this. Specifically, I am using Wagyu beef because I'm a fancy boy. Let's get all of our meats into our mixing bowl. Don't lose any of the little bits of meat, because then you'll have less meatball. With all our meats in the bowl, we are just gonna make it nice and get in there and break it up so that we can cook it and mix it better. Last time I used the ground beef, we were making our patricias for hamburgers. This time we are not gonna make no patricias. Who needs those? We are just gonna make meatballs. So for this, we want to get in some breadcrumb, and next we are gonna need some egg. But before we get too carried away mixing all of our stuff up, we are gonna need some onion. Now be careful, onions have a very bad habit of making you cry. Every time I cut up an onion, I'm all, boo, I'm so sad, the poor onion is getting chopped up. And this time I will try not to be like that, but I make no promise. So you're just gonna cut off part of it, and then to take that part, cut it in half, and peel away the first layer, because much like my buddy Shrek, onions have layers. Once you do that, you are going to put some cuts down there to make the cutting we are gonna do a little easier. And then you make it really small cuts. You dice it up like the guys on the infomercials try to show you with their crazy new gadgets. So we got our onion, and we're gonna mix it in with what we got. Let's get that bowl back here. Alrighty, with our onion in, we just need a few more things. We need our pepper, and we need a big ol' pinch of salt to season everything up. But wait, there is one more secret ingredient. Red pepper flakes. Why? So I can say the thing I'm sure all of you have been waiting for me to say. Are you ready? Man, oh man, that's one spicy meatball. You thought I was gonna say it in my wacky voice, but that is my wacky voice. Anyways, get your red pepper flakes in there to make this meatball pretty, you know, tasty. And once you got that, you're gonna mix all of these things together. And now comes the part where I fast forward. I will see you in a minute. Whoa, would you look at that? With the power of editing, now I am all finished. No, actually, I'm just kidding. This is a big old meatball, but that's not gonna work very well on the spaghetti. So, I'm gonna take it, grab a hunk of this meat, and like I said, we are not making the patricias. By the way, those of you that are confused what I'm talking about with patricias is I'm not talking about like some mom from the PTA. I'm talking about what the preferred name of hamburgers are. Anyways, as I was saying, you want to have your meatballs about the size of a golf ball. Not because we're going golfing, but because they work the best that way. So I will use my power editing yet again and see you in just a moment. And yet again, with the power of editing, I have finished and completed these meatballs. Now we simply play the waiting game and wait for the oven to come up to temperature at 350 degrees. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna do some other stuff. I'll come back and show you guys what to do from there. That beeping you hear is the oven telling me in oven talk that it is ready. So we are gonna put all of our meatballs. Yes, oven, I get it. You are ready. We are gonna put all of our meatballs onto a rack with a cooling rack. And I put some tin foil underneath, both to make cleaning a breeze and to keep the government out of the kitchen. They don't need to know my secret recipes. So now that we got our meatballs, I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how done it is. We'll see you again when that's ready. While we are waiting for our meatballs to finally finish cooking, we're gonna heat up some sauce that we are going to cook them a little more in to make them nice and saucy. And then we are getting our water boiling that we are gonna put our spaghetti in. So let's go over to there and put our spaghetti in. With our water boiled and salted, we are gonna take our spaghetti and put it in the pot like I'm doing. Just try not to make as big of a mess. You can keep turning until all the noodles are into the pot. With our noodles cooking, we are gonna wait and let them cook until they are al dente, which is Italian for the dente. While we wait on those, we are gonna take our meatballs and simmer them up in the sauce to soak in that delicious saucy flavor. Let's go to the other side now. We are gonna take our meatballs and put them in our nice hot sauce so that they can soak up that good flavor, so that they can live with the spaghetti nice and good. So we'll let them sit in there and move them around every now and then so that they can really swim good. And we'll let this all take a few minutes to cook up. Once we have all our noodles cooked, all you gotta do is put your spaghetti onto the plate, put the sauce on the plate, and then put the meatballs on the plate. But like I said earlier, I'm a fancy boy, so I'm gonna take some cheese and grate it on there because it's pretty great. And then put on some parsley for color. And so now you know how to make the spaghetti and meatballs. I hope you try this sometime and have a wonderful time doing so and enjoy it as much as I do. And if you don't, then I'm sorry I failed you. Either way, I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye, my friend.